Hello. Oh, girl, let me get on my glasses so I can see y'all bitches. Oh, these need to be cleaned? Okay. Hello. Welcome to back to my channel, Brigitte Noir, Sidwich, whatever the fuck you want to call me. Just don't call me out my fucking name. And we are back for P-Valley. It's the best I could do. Down in the valley where the girls get naked. If you throwing bands, then you know she go shake it. 1, 2, break up. 3, 4, break up. These niggas grind hard, but these bitches grind hard. Oh, let me stop. I'm a little too hype. I got my drink. Okay. And we are ready to talk about P-Valley, the absolute amazing new season. And first of all, I just want to say, P-Valley, your cinematics, your acting, you just continue to impress me. And the fact that this is a almost all black cast, black crew, black everything, just makes my heart soar. It really does. So, let's get into it, child. And listen, we're not going to do a whole recap of the last season. Child, if you're not up on season 2, go watch and come back. Because otherwise, I just can't help you. Anyway, let's get into these notes, okay? All right, so first episode of P-Valley, season 2, episode 1. Watching the flashback, I just remembered Keyshawn, and I'm so mad at her. And we're going to get a little bit into a lot of the bashing that I feel like Keyshawn is getting. Some of it's deserved and some of it is undeserved. I feel like the part that is undeserved is the people who are just well, you just want to be there, you just love it there, whatever the case is. And having worked with women who have been abused before, who have been deeply abused, I feel like people don't understand that there is a grooming and a conditioning that comes with that. The fact that you will literally defend the person that is abusing you. Listen, we all gonna be mad because guess what? Diamond fine as fuck, and that's why we really mad. How dare you do that to Diamonds? Tyler Lepley. He about to have a baby right now, and all I am saying is, I just need to start an OnlyFans. I don't even need you for real. I don't even need you for real. I mean, it would be nice. But I don't even need you for real. I could just I should just watch, Anyway, so, we are starting the first scene with a man I do not recognize, and it's he's leaving a really shitty birthday party, basically. And he's driving along because he's just trying to get the fuck out of here. And you see a billboard for Mercedes' mom's new fucking church. Fuck that bitch. And then you see another billboard for Pussy Valley, baby. But this is Pussy Valley during the pandemic, during the panini, and we trying to figure out how they doing it, right? Where we are. Okay, so then this guy drives up and he sees Autumn in was that plastic? Yo, that bitch looks so fine in plastic. I was like, yo, you could get it. And just so you know, they have such an amazing opening scene, and Uncle Clifford looks amazing. This bitch looks so laid. I can't even believe that that Uncle Clifford was pressing on our necks the way he was with the fashions, baby. I was just like, So the guy drives up, and guess what? We have a Pussy Valley car wash, baby. Which, by the way, brilliant fucking idea. And this guy comes in, and you see Uncle Clifford in all of her amazingness, and he's like, oh hell nah, he's all grumpy and straight. And Uncle Clifford said, don't run from it. I need you to come deep inside, because Uncle Clifford's girl's gonna take you into the valley, child. I was like, this show should not get me so hyped, but it does. And you see all of these bitches are fucking bad. These bitches are so fucking bad. It's disgusting how bad these bitches are. They twerking all over his car, and then you see Mercedes come out, and let me tell you something. When I say Mercedes, Brandy, I think her real name is. I'll follow you on Instagram. I don't remember your last name, but if you ever want to take a real dive into the lady ponds? I'm serious. Just making sure I put that out there. But anyway, Mercedes, good Lord. This woman's a fucking Olympian. Brandy Evans, that's what it is. And let me tell you something, since they are doing this pandemic completely different, everybody twerking all over this man's car, and then as soon as he's done, you know, he explode. Uncle Clifford, I'll go ahead and hand him a Clorox wipe. He's like, you may want to clean up. All right. So after the show, everyone is gathered, they're counting the coins, and so now Mercedes is kind of getting hip to the fact that her money does not look the same that she was used to. But it's also a panini girl, kind of like duh, but I get it, I understand. And she starts saying how she should be getting more, and listen, she's abrasive with it, but she's also not incorrect. It's the one thing where because I feel like no matter what, a lot of people are going to be looking at Mercedes' character is just like kind of the angry black woman, but I always think to myself, with reason though. Anyway, so and she was like, basically, who else is gangster walking on the ceiling except for her and Mississippi, Crooked Letter I. And Clifford sees Keyshawn, aka Crooked Letter, on TV, because you know they all outside gathered after the show and whatnot, and you see Lil Murda. Ooh, Lil Murda. And the fact, and listen, I feel like I speak for all queer women who are watching this that are just like, yo, Lil Murda, just as long as you bisexual and I know I can get some, I'm satisfied with that. And Uncle Clifford a bad bitch, so I'm not even upset with you, because listen, that nigga always come with the fashion, so I'm not even upset. All I could think to myself is, while I'm looking at him on the screen, is like, God damn. But he married too, just whatever. And so he sees, she sees them on the TV, and when I say you could tell she was getting flashback shy, you could tell it was like, oh. You know when you have those like sex flashbacks and all of a sudden like your inside's like, you could tell. You could tell that's what was going on. And basically she turns off the TV, and she is like, listen, Keyshawn went ahead and she forgot rule 45.22, leave your baby daddy drama at home, especially if he white. And then he goes to one girl and says, you ain't got any baby daddy drama. She's like, I don't even know who that is. So, we good. Moving on. So now Uncle Clifford and Autumn leave to have a conversation because they got denied a relief loan. And now she's asking about her money, and she just found out from Uncle Clifford. Uncle Clifford only got $25,000 left from the $250,000 that she used to buy the club 5 months ago. And he's explaining that the money went to the pandemic and taking care of the girls and also getting rid of bodies. Autumn, how much getting rid of a body go for these days? You know, that's not cheap. And we also hear a commotion where the girls are finally gathered and they finally got some good news, because guess what? The lockdown is over. We can go ahead and twerk for some real cash, okay? And then all of a sudden you see on the news that Mayor Ruffin is dead. I'm not sorry. Then now we flash to Brittany. And Brittany is Pretty Boy Andre's wife that he was actively trying to cheat on the incomplete first season of this show. And she is absolutely going through it. She is scrubbing herself down. I think that she's an RN or a nurse, like my mom. I think she's a nurse. And she is going through it. She's scrubbing herself down. And there's this terrible mask rash on her face. Like you could see how long she'd been wearing the mask. Like this was obviously the full 12, 16 hours that nurses usually work. Now she's downstairs, she's scrubbing herself down, she's trying to take all of her fucking vitamins and shit. And then she opens her fridge and sees that her oat milk is not stored. So she's calling Andre up the stairs. Come up there, and she see this fine ass nigga just playing video games. Playing video games. And she was like, I've been calling you. What's going on? And he's like, oh, my bad. And she was like, I guess a lot of people have been calling you, because she picked up his phone. She was like, it looks like Louise was calling you. And by the way, who's Haley? Andre snatched the phone. Brittany. Quick conversation. Brittany. You don't notice what's going on? And you know what? I also will say this. This is actually very true. I have been in those relationships where you know fucked up shit is happening, but you're so tired and you don't care. And I'm like, damn, I feel attacked in this moment. Like, you see something on the phone, you're just like, nigga, who cares? Like, we're using condoms anyway. Do whatever the fuck you're. I've gotten to that point, and it made me feel really sad for her. So anyway, he decides to go call Eloise back. If you remember, Eloise was Mayor Ruffin's assistant, who also used to work down at the Pank back before a few lifetimes ago, and letting him know that he passed it, that Mayor Ruffin passed in the night. You know, Andre all sad. The acting is really good and everything. There's nothing wrong with the acting. I just hate Mayor Ruffin and Isaiah Washington combined. So I just don't give a fuck. Anyway, sorry. So, you know, he's on the phone and like, oh, you gotta come back down to Chucalissa so you could pay your respects. And he's like, of course I'm going to. And his wife is absolutely livid. She's like, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. When I first walked in and you asked me how my day was and I said good, that was because 12 patients died yesterday and only 7 died today. I also feel like that's another thing. People really think that shit is over. It's not over, but that's another conversation. That's fine. He obviously ignores Brittany like he always does. I'm going down there. I'm so sorry you hurt mama. I'll go ahead and drop some dick off for you before I leave. And I'll make sure dick you down when I get back. You'll be okay. Deuces. That's basically what we're doing. So we were talking about that, blah, 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 blah. So now we switch on to just for a second, too. We switch on to Mercedes, horrible, demon-ass, Christian love, no hate like other fucking mama. And I'm not gonna lie, her church look a little too big for my taste. It look a little too nice. I'm being a hater. She is also trying to peddle out a preaching CD. Like we went back to the times when I was young and people were selling CDs out their trunk. Like, Lil' mama, just listen to this real quick. Let me know what you talk. Like, it's fine. I'm disgusted. It's cool. And then, because we just want to check on her for a little bit to know that she's still evil. She's still evil. And then we switch to Lil Murder. He's so fine. And he's going over a new song with DJ Never Scared. And we see Jay Alphonse, who is, by the way, Jay Alphonse, who plays Lil Murder. You so fine. You so fine. I know you married, but your wife fine too. Y'all both could get it. You know what? Let me stop. Anyway. And also, where are the black bi men? Anyway. So you also see, after you see all of the talent that Jay Alphonse got to get together, like literally pot and spoon, old school, like let me drop a beat. And this nigga take out pots and pans and shit. It was great. And then you also see that his text messages to Uncle Clifford have completely gone unanswered. Completely gone unanswered. And by the way, bitch, as fine as you are, ain't nobody that fine. Ain't nobody that fine. And DJ Never Scared asked Murder if he talked to Uncle Clifford, and I swear the homophobia just rose the fuck out. He was like, why the fuck would I be talking to Uncle Clifford? He's like, well, damn nigga, the pink just opened back up. You used to go there? Like, so I was just wondering. And then someone else comes knocking on the door where they staying at, and obviously, how else is Lil Murder trying to get his money together? Nigga selling weed, duh. So somebody come up, go and get some weed, and then you see another car roll up, very menacing. And I feel like these are the kind of tense moments that I feel like are really just directed so beautifully, and it also just shows the nuances of the danger in the hood. Because for me, I've always felt safer in the hood than I've ever felt in any suburban areas, and that's just the truth. However, when that's someplace that you live, things can go from real sweet to real fucked up intense within fucking seconds. And I think that they encapsulated that so beautifully in this moment as he walks outside. He's got the hand on his gun. As soon as they go ahead and roll up, and they're like, hey, I just want to know if when you coming out with new music. He's like, oh, that's cool. And then also the nefarious light-eyed nigga who's just sitting in the back. Like, they did. I love it. I love the way they do these things. And I just like, I don't know why anybody would be surprised he's so weird. I mean, it's not like everybody financing their real career through stock options. Okay. So now we also switch to the fact that Autumn and Mercedes are living together. Haley and Mercedes are living together. And, Autumn get up in the morning and she hears all of these sex noises coming from Mercedes' room. I'm like, yo, Mano finally came back to beat that motherfucker right. Like, go on, girl, get it. You know what I'm saying? And then she come out by herself. And then I was like, okay, so I need a link. I need the link to whatever sex toy you got going on. Because I've never sounded like that by myself. So feel like you holding on, to be perfectly honest. But anyway, so they get into conversing, right? And Miss Pimp Daddy Boss tell Mercedes, because that's what I'm going to be calling Autumn, because she's really trying to throw her weight around this season. She's not playing no games. And she tells Mercedes that she's auditioning new girls. And of course, Sadie's is pissed, as if there's enough to split as is, going through a whole fucking panini. And she thinks it's squashed, but we know it's not. She thought like, oh, I put my foot down. Bitch, that ain't nothing. You didn't do shit. So now we are also seeing Keyshawn, and Keyshawn is doing this amazing live, but in real time, she's at her baby daddy house and with her 2 children. I don't know why I thought it was one. I thought she only had one baby, but whatever. And her racist white husband, who she defended, is sitting in the kitchen playing with the kids and watching her live that had 400,000 people on it. And something tells me this nigga's obviously not happy about shit. And Keyshawn, I feel like, again, Keyshawn is a full-blown battered wife, and I truly believe stripping is the only place where she's ever really felt freedom. Real talk, and I feel like that's why she's holding on to it with both hands, because this money equals independence. This independence equals some type of freedom, even though she's not really quite ready to completely free herself from this situation. And I feel like I also feel just so much sympathy for her, because I've worked with women who have had this type of Stockholm syndrome, and I hate the fact that I'm so upset with Keyshawn right now, because I know this has all been really fucking mental. Like, this is the entire time. Like, this has been mental abuse. Like, that woman is a victim. But because Diamond's so fine, you know, I understand people like, that bitch. You know, like, I get it. Because Diamond's fine as fuck. Now, back at the ranch, Uncle Clifford is setting up the privacy room to make it look all pretty, because since there was obviously a murder in it. And we have like this kind of, I want to call a ghost moment. You know, they just all like, they're in the room looking at lights and shit, and all of a sudden you just see something wave in the corner, and all 3 of us are like, oh, is the AC on? It's like, I don't think so. And then of course Autumn come in and scare the shit out of both of them. And they also notice that there is still blood on a wall, and they're like, damn, I thought that we gotta use, we use the good bleach. And he was like, oh, you gotta use peroxide. And Autumn was like, nah, bump all that. You just gotta paint the whole room red. It'll always bleed through again. And listen, we all looking at Autumn like, how many times you done this? Okay, I'll leave it alone. Switch to Lil Murda, who's looking for Waddy, which I think is the manager from last season, yeah. And obviously Waddy looks at a funeral parlor. Tell me why this nigga popped out the casket when Lil Murda was looking for him, and Lil Murda almost shot that man. He was like, you gonna shoot the dead? He's like, you motherfucker right. And from hood nigga to hood nigga-esque adjacent, yeah. And also, tell me why we don't have a better explanation for why Wadi is like just taking naps in caskets. That's not normal, nigga. Like, whatever. So Murda basically is coming in and he's saying that, listen, I need you to go ahead and book a tour. He says, you know, you need to, and Wadi's basically like, you need to get Keyshawn to basically draw that crowd. But she been locked up in the house. Then, so flash to Keyshawn changing diapers. And Murda basically calls her to go on tour. And she's like, run me my stacks, boy. I love their accent. She said, run me my stacks, boy. And, you know, basically that time has passed. And he was like, you don't remember all the eyes on you and the people throwing money on you. As somebody who stripped for exactly 3 nights, right? My favorite part was pole work. And the shittiest part was actually going into private rooms for lap dances because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing and I was homeschooled. But before then, the dancing, the throwing money on them, the feeling so sexual and sensual, and with the music, like it can be very fucking empowering. Like, I feel like we forget that that's even possible. And then after she hangs up, she goes straight into the diaper hamper. And at first I'm thinking that she must be sticking money in there. She got emergency money in there or something like that. And come to find out, she's just taking clean diapers and putting it in there just so she can tell Derek, oh, we need diapers and I gotta go to the store. I didn't realize, right? Flash to the wake of the mayor. Sorry, still good riddance. I'm sorry. I literally wrote that. Still good riddance. And Andre is there all choked up. And I'm like, I'm sorry your sexy ass is upset. I don't know. Eloise walks in, the mayor's assistant, and they start like kind of reminiscing over him. And apparently, listen, I feel like this scene almost just defined how shitty Mayor Ruffin actually is. Let's be honest. And apparently he's got like his third baby mama who's got like a very young child. I mean, it just goes to show that older does not mean smarter. Anyway, so cut to Andre and Autumn, you know, later on that night. They're meeting up. And I feel like we will never forget, she was supposed to be Harry Potter's main squeeze until Dumbledore's cock-blocking ass made it so he couldn't get no chocolate. I don't feel like any of us forgot. Okay? But it's okay. By the way, I don't think I realized how fucking tall and statuesque that the person, I think her name is Alarica Johnson, really is. Because even in the scene with Andre, they're basically head to head. And I know she's wearing heels, but that means that because he's tall. And I loved the scene. It was so film noir. She's in the black trench coat and the red bottom black heels, and you know, asking him to like light her cigarette and all that other shit. Like it was cute. I really liked this scene. And to be honest, I think the scene was just to say like, yeah, we still want to fuck. Duh. I want to fuck both of y'all. So anyway, like I said, it was really cute. And she just gives him her flirty ass condolences and tells him the funerals aren't for the dead. And then she walks his sexy ass away. Whatever. Now to this lime green processional. And I just want to say, I love us. I do. I was definitely living for it. The gold hearse, the white and gold casket. Everybody had their masks on. And obviously this is kind of being televised at the time. And you got Uncle Clifford and Ernestine watching this shit. Ernestine, who is the most awesome blind pot smoking grandma of anybody's generation. Like, I just need Loretta Devine to be that person for the rest of my existence, because I love her. Now, she's basically, since they watching this on TV, she's asking Uncle Clifford to go get her some chitlins at the repast, because you know Mookie over there, and you know if Mookie over there, she cooking, so go get me some chitlins. If this ain't the most country shit in the world, it's cool. So now we watch Andre try to make, back at the processional, he tried to make his uncle sound like a good guy, but he wasn't, so who cares? I really hate when people do this, to be honest. Either tell the truth or stay home. Why lie? This is why my family didn't go to my grandpa's funeral, because we knew when he got stomach cancer, that was his hate eating that nigga alive. He was a horrible person. Don't invite us to go and mourn his death. No one's mourning. We're celebrating. Anyway, so like I said, we realized that, you know, Keyshawn was just putting clean diapers in there so she'd have a chance just to kind of go to the dollar store or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, this scene kind of broke my heart. So she basically goes out to go see Diamond. That's what her excuse is. She goes to the dollar store where he's doing security. There's one point where this nigga's like, I don't know why. And this also tells me that I am toxic because I found this so hot. This guy comes in and he's like, ain't no mask. He literally took this nigga by the throat. Where your mask, bro? Where the fuck your mask, bro? I was like, you should have worn your mask. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm such a bird. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, so she's comes up to him while he's working. She's like, listen, it really happened so fast. I know you did what you thought was right. And she's basically said that she knows that it basically happened so fast. And I know that she did what she thought was right. But part of me doesn't even forgive you, Keyshawn. Like, I'm still trying to come to grips. And obviously neither does Diamond, and obviously nobody can blame him. She's crying, trying to say sorry, and he's like, I'm straight. And I'm like, when a nigga's fed up, you know. And she's like, listen, can you imagine if you killed Derek? And he says, go back to your redneck baby daddy. He called me a gutter nigga. I wonder what he calls you. And I was like, ooh. And she's like, Derek would never be, and I was like, bitch, please. And then he was like, why do you think I tried to kill him? And like I said, I'm obviously not healed because when he tried to choke that nigga out, I was like, you could choke me. And I'm like, I'm not healed. I'm not healed. So she tries to give back his necklace, and that was for protection if you saw the first season, and he's like, I got no need for something that don't work. And I'm like, oh, shot to the heart. Shot to the heart. God damn. Like Diamond wasn't really playing no games. And again, I can't blame him. But I think of how many battered women defend their abusers. Like I said earlier, it's not all her fault, but you can't blame Diamond for being like, fuck you. Like, that, it would be impossible for me to blame Diamond for that. So, anyway, going back to Uncle Clifford. So, Uncle Clifford comes to the repast, and when I say, in all of her gorgeousness, she had on this lime green number that was just like, I was guffawed, gagged, wig snatched. I was just like, oh my God, bitch, you look so fucking good. And we learned that Andre got laid off when the virus hit, like everyone else. So he's not with Promised Land anymore. Just as Wayne Kyle, you know, that racist fuck. Not Corbin, the African, but his full-blooded brother who was so upset that his father was fucking the black nanny and came up with Corbin. You know, that one. So this nigga roll up. Which, by the way, he also didn't he force Corbin to sign by gun? Child. Anyway, so he comes in giving his white fake ass condolences, looking like a shitty Blues Brother. And Shitty Blues Brother says to him that he's still gunning for the casino to honor dead ass Ruffin's legacy. The fuck out of here. And even Andre says it's let's be real, this is just to uphold your supremacy, and tells him to fuck off after Wayne basically is asking Andre for his help. It's just like, you know, I know I got a little crazy back then. It's cool, right? So switch to Keyshawn. She's climbing into her crying child's crib. And she tells this baby the saddest, most colorist lullaby story I've ever heard in my life. It was really just really telling of the self-hatred that she has for herself. And I also realized, like, and she made a really telling statement in the first season when I guess Corbin was leaving. And she was like, listen, all that light skin and you still can't pass, I'd be upset too. So this this is within her. This is 100% within her. And I feel like it's also a big reason why she chose a white man to father her children. And it's so crazy because Keyshawn is so fucking beautiful. Like, she's stunning. Like, the bitch is stunning. And she really feels this about herself. Let's keep it going. So anyway, Andrea is staying at the family's house after the funeral. And suddenly, scorned half-black brother Corbin Kyle has rung the doorbell and left a pile of money on the porch. He says that's your retainer for the casino. He says Clifford's not selling. And Corbin's like, the new owner might. Fucking pimp-ass, boss-ass, massa Haley. Okay? Who, like I said, is throwing all of her weight around. And then we switch to Haley and Mercedes watching one of my favorite movies ever. I feel like any woman who's been through something, this is probably your favorite movie. What's Love Got to Do with It? And they're at the part where Tina is finally getting the gumption to fuck Ike up in the back of that limo. And Haley's literally saying this word for fucking word. I'm like, bitch, we know you heard. We know. It's okay. It was my favorite movie for a long time too. Still is. I get it. And then Mercedes, in the middle of Haley doing her monologue, she literally throws a mug across the room, and I was like, goddamn. And she's like, I told you not to go ahead and do these fucking auditions. We're not ready. And on top of that, like, we're already getting not enough money as it is. And when I say Autumn turned into Suge Knight real quick, this bitch was like, sorry, I'm giving you ungrateful bitches a place to dance. And Mercedes is like, okay, man, say anything you like, and goes to bed singing Wade in the Water. And I'm not gonna lie, that's me. I'm so petty. I really am. And then the last scene we see is Lil Murder getting a text from Keyshawn saying, let's tour, bitch. Okay? Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so that was the first episode of P-Valley Season 2, Episode 1. I am so excited to get this uploaded for you guys because I ain't editing this because this one meant to be edited because I took notes. All right, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.